Alright, good afternoon everybody. Definitely happy to have you back here. The wait is over. We are getting our Rome Total War on here this afternoon. We're going to be doing the next installment here in the storyline, The Fall of Rome. So I know we've talked a little bit about it the last few videos, but now we are actually going to execute on that strategy. We are going to go take Rome and essentially become the emperor ourselves, kick out the Senate, and all that fun. So let's get started. We'll do a quick, brief introduction here in terms of what we're going to be doing, and then we'll skip some of the boring stuff and just get right down to it. So, what we've got right now, we've essentially got 4 armies here that are going to march on Rome. Kind of got our main attack army, which is going to go assault the city itself, and we've got 2 other, what I'll call like support armies as well. We've also got a very large contingent of replacement infantry because we know we're going to sustain casualties. It's going to be too long for us to get troops back to either Tarentum or Croton here and retrain them. So essentially we're just going to pull from this bin of legionary cohort here to reinforce our troops as they sustain casualties. Now we have a feeling that our friends, or soon-to-be ex-friends, the Julii and Scipii, are not going to take too kindly to this. So one of these armies here is going to be responsible for besieging Capua, the capital of the Scipii, and then the other army, in addition to helping reinforce the main attack army in Rome, will also be trying to help screen against any Julii advances from the north of Italy there. To help make sure that we don't get flanked too badly, we've got all of our ships set up here. So you can see all my green fleets. These are essentially forming a barrier here to make sure that anything that goes on in the Mediterranean I know about, and to make sure that these guys here, the Scipii, who are on Sicily, do not inadvertently try to do anything funny and, say, send an army from, like this guy, to invade my southern flank. So we want to keep them off of the Italian peninsula as much as possible, hence all the ships. I do have another army that's coming up. This one's a little bit of an older army, a little bit battered, but it'll be going to Tarentum for retraining, and then this army will form the base of either a reinforcing army here for the march on Rome, or depending on if one of my Roman friends decides to not back my claim to the throne there, or be the emperor, they will be helping to defend these cities here. So can't lose the capital.
Ready to sail.
The only thing that I could be potentially worried about here is I don't have a fleet in here, which I just realized. So,
Ready to sail.
got a fleet coming up.
Ready to sail.
Let's move this one north.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That way we've got somebody right there, just in case. Excellent. So let's take a look at the rest of the Brudii Empire here, make sure we got everything safe. In North Africa, we've got a lovely little fort right here with a watchtower to make sure that, again, our Scipii, soon-to-be ex-friends, don't come marching across the north of Africa here and surprise me in any way, shape, or form. We've got a pretty decent army here, basically just to hold down Cyrene and also intercept if there's any attackers. We should really get some cavalry in here too, just in case. We might need some. So Cyrene and this fort, I mean, this fort is town watch, so they're not necessarily going to stop an enemy army. They're really just meant to hold the fort, so to say, if you'll pardon the pun, until we can get the main force from Cyrene down here to back them up. We've also got Siwa down here, which has been having some problems lately. They're really into this whole rebellion thing, so been training troops there to kind of quell the rebellion, and eventually we got to take out these rebel troops so that they can stop harassing my folks. We've got another army down here in Egypt proper. Not really I believe what we want to do with these guys is get them for some retraining, get them on the ships, and get them over to the Italian peninsula. So, let's see if we have anything for these guys to do, which I don't think we do. So let's do this. Remove the garrison at Alexandria. And let's retrain all these guys. Gonna take a couple of turns of retraining, but that's okay. Actually, let's see what this settlement needs. Ooh, squalor, not a good thing. That's what's hurting them. Let's see, they're building, and Thebes is building. Okay. Otherwise, Middle East here, not looking too bad. I've taken over most of Egypt. Egypt is now off the map as an active faction. See, Jerusalem here looks to be pretty happy. We've got these guys based basically on the minimum garrison needed to hold the town. This was an old army that I had that was mostly for rebel removement. Now they're just kind of stuck out there. Not much work for them to do here. Again, these guys are all on minimum to hold the city down. Not really too happy here, unfortunately. We've got a lot of folks with blue faces, not really happy. Alright, Sinop. They should be retraining since we just had to retake that settlement from a prior rebellion. Zaka has not had much success. This army has been stuck there for forever. It's actually a pretty high quality army. I'd like to get them out of there and just have the garrison forces hold it, but unfortunately that's just not going to happen anytime soon. We do have on Asia Minor here, we have one fairly large rebel force. We'll have to take some folks out there to take care of it. Initially, I would like this army to fulfill that role. Once we, well, let's see. If I lower the taxes here a little bit, that should make them happy. That'll do. More valuable to have my army out in the field than sitting in the city playing host to a garrison. So let's move this army in this direction and clear out those rebels. Now the big concern that I have over here is near Byzantium. We've got a fairly large enemy force, and Byzantium is not really equipped to deal with that. Got mostly town watch, a few other soldiers, but not really anything substantial. I do believe, though, we do have a army that's up and coming here that can help. He's 69. He's kind of old to be fighting.
Onward! Orders! March! Merging armies!
Alright. Let's save here real quick, and then let's go save that settlement.
Attack! Victory! Orders! Attack!
Now we've got them trapped. Perfect. Alright, let's check on the Greek peninsula here. Make sure we don't have anything. We're losing some population, which isn't good. It's probably because we haven't taken a settlement in a while. Some of these places are starting to stagnate. Yeah, squalor definitely becoming an issue. But not a problem. We'll be able to get through that. Alright. I think we have everything that we need to have done. Let's save one last time and begin the march on Rome. Alright. Here we go. No turning back now. Let's check the diplomacy here. Basically, the only allies that the Senate has are Romans. They do have some enemies. Basically, Rome is only friends with Rome at this point. Not very many active factions left. So,
Yes. I shall speak with them at once.
we're going to cancel our alliance. Well, actually, before we do that,
I shall speak to them at once.
we would like to make a demand. Oops, no. We can't take regular tribute. We're going to cancel our alliances with them. Here we go. Outlawed by the Senate. Now an enemy of all Romans. And they also send you the curses of the gods. Ah, well. Well, it looks like the Scipii decided to declare war. Julii are also at war with us, which means this is going to get very, very interesting.
General! Prepare for battle!
Let's begin the siege.
Settlement under siege, sir! Orders! Prepare for battle! Besieging settlement, sir!
Looks like they won't let me build a sap point.
Settlement under siege, sir!
They're not very happy with me right now, but that's okay.
Forward!
These are enemies of Rome. Any palace should involve the sword, not the olive branch. These once noble Romans have rejected virtue, honor, and dignity. Their perversion dwelling in our lands cannot be allowed to sully the hearts and minds of true Romans. Must be utterly eliminated, and any record of them destroyed, and once gone, the very names be damned forever. However, the plebeians think that you are Romulus reborn. Huh. Senate see you as less worthy than the rats that live. They fear your popularity with the mob. You're the greatest threat to the Republic of Roman freedoms. Well, but the people like me, so that's all that matters. We'll move our reinforcement army up here.
Onward! Yes, master. Watch and waiting.
Now, the one thing we do want to start doing here is war elephants. Alright. We do want to start creating some spies, because we're going to need them. Alright. Now let's start executing on our orders here. Let's seize the Mediterranean.
Ready to sail! Ready to sail! Ready to sail! Ready to sail! Aye, Captain. Fleet ready! Prepare for battle! Victory!
Now we tighten our vice grip and see if we can hold on here. Alright. Oh, they're gonna attack me in the open field. How about this? What do we have? A lot of old units, Astati. I do have some Praetorian cavalry. Army might be a little tricky. This guy, however, he's got nothing. Principes and legionary cohort. Let's duke it out. We can take him. About as close to a fair fight as we're going to get. And remember, all the casualties that we sustain, we've got a whole other army of infantry just waiting to replace them.
There stands the army of the Roman Senate. They are worthy enemies. That army numbers more than half the enemy's strength. What a pity that it is still so feeble, strong only in the smell from their weak bowels. Let us put them out of their misery. We stand on the defensive today. Let them wear themselves out against our battle line. We are even matched in numbers, man for man, but that does not tell the whole story. All that said, we are the stronger. Every one of you is better than they. Remember this and take heart from the memory. Those fools have never fought against me before. I hope to give them a nasty surprise.
There you go, give them a surprise.
And before we start, just remember, they are more scared of us, true Romans to a man, than we are of them.
All right. Our strategy here is to not get flanked. I'm going to move my army back so that they have to march toward me. And also secure my flanks that if I do get overrun, I can easily exit the battlefield without sustaining too many casualties. Alright. 2 cavalry on that side. 2 cavalry on that side. General's going to stay slightly off center here. Alright, let's do it.
The ferryman will be busy today. The enemy have
See
brought
Rome
more
off in the
men to fight.
distance there.
Let an attacking enemy come to you rather than moving forward to meet them. Their men will be tired when they arrive.
That's the idea. We'll let them walk. We're just going to hold our positions. We can see the reinforcing army from the Rome garrison down there. Fairly small. The main body of the Roman army across the way there from the Senate. The only thing I'm worried about is if they potentially come and attempt to flank us here, that could be a problem. But they only have 210 men, so I should be able to hold them off. Let's speed this up here so we can let them walk. Interesting strategy. They appear to be falling back and forming up in that direction. Meanwhile, it looks like they're sending their garrison troops out to attempt to attack my flank. Seems like an odd idea. Particularly because I'll be able to hit them with my onagers long before they're able to even touch me. Move the general to the other side here. Onagers should be in range here any minute. That's a general. Alright, onagers are starting up. Looks like the rest of the Roman Senate army is hiding back there. Meanwhile, we'll just start lobbing rocks at the rest of their army. And completely missing. actually. There's some good hits. All we have to do is hold our ground. Not doing too well with the rocks. I still don't understand what that army is doing over there. Who knows what they're doing? The only thing I could guess is that they're trying to send a small amount of troops and hope that I waste all my rocks on them. Which is very possible. They continue to move that way. Because if they think I'm going to break formation and charge after them, they've got another thing coming. Alright, let's not throw any more rocks at these guys. What the heck are they doing? Oh, they're starting to slowly advance. Archers will start firing.
Tragedy when a true Roman meets his death. The enemy leader has fallen!
And now we got him on the run. These guys are forming up in that direction. Alright, let's switch our focus onto this side here.
show their true virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
They're attacking us! Wait for my order! Halt! Archer! Move! Archer Auxiliary! Urban cohort! Move! War dog! We're under attack! Archer! Orders completed!
Here they come.
Heavy onager! Fire at will!
Pick your targets, folks.
The enemy general is running away. This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle, it's beyond belief.
Oh, got
The
him.
general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
Now the route is on.
Wait for my order!
Onagers, turn off. We don't need that. We're most likely to get killed by danger close here.
The enemy army is in flight. Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield.
We've cleared them off. Lost 24%. Not bad. Alright. Mop up the rest of some of these guys here. That should be almost all of them. We'll just mop those guys up real quick, and that'll be the end of it. There's a few war dogs left. And that's it.
Victory from her generals, and this day is clearly our victory.
We deployed 1,363 men. We killed 1,581. Biggest killer of the day, Romered Armor General, by far. 545 casualties inflicted. Wow. He killed half of their army. Or a third of it, anyway. Alright. The first step on the path. We're going to immediately be attacked again. These guys are packing more siege weapons. Alright, let's do it.
You know me. I am a true Roman of the old style. I believe in discipline, dignity, and duty. I believe that Rome has a destiny to rule the world. I also believe that we have a destiny that starts afresh here. Those men over there call themselves the army of the Senate and people of Rome. They are our enemies, and soon to be dead. That is the largest army our enemy has in the field. All the more for the funeral pyres when we have won. Give them a cheer and put the fear of the gods into them. Here we stand. Here we wait. Let them come to us. Our numbers here are about equal. Therefore, a victory here will be hard fought, but glorious. Yet, for all that, we are the stronger within ourselves. We are the greater warriors. I have never lost a battle against these people. Why should I start losing now with men such as you at my command? Another victory is at hand. Now I say, this far and no further. Here we make a stand. You all know my worth and what I have done before. Of the foes who attacked me in the past, few ever got to boast of their success. Today, the carrion birds feast, but they will feast upon our enemies, not on good Roman flesh!
Alright, here we go. Same strategy as before. We want to make sure that they walk to us. Thankfully, this time around, they don't have any reinforcing armies, and they are, in fact, the last army that the Senate and people of Rome command. A victory here almost certainly ensures our ability to walk right into Rome and become emperor. least in the short term here, we're going to go guard position. Alright, here we go.
To take the initiative, make the enemy move by creating a situation they must respond to. It will disrupt their own plans. This is how you attack the heart of the enemy's strategy on the battlefield.
Well, our strategy is to just let them walk right to us and then fight them on the main line, man for man. The onagers firing in the background. Now, they do have some siege weaponry, so we're going to have to take that into consideration here. Unlike the last time, the last army, they did not have any really long-range weapons to attack us with. This time around, we're not going to have that luxury. Let's speed this up. It's probably a 50-50 fight. Balance of forces are evenly matched. You can see him fanning out. I decided to keep my lines a little more compact for this one. I'd rather keep my forces together rather than fanning out and potentially having a breach in the line. Yep, onagers are spinning up. Looks like they just stopped right in front of the onagers' range. Now they're safely in range. And here they come. They've got a very long battle line, but very thin. Much like me, they've got cavalry flanking on both sides. We're just going to have to be extra careful. Alright, release the hounds. Looks like their general's coming in first. Plug those lines. Hold the line. They have incendiary pigs? Why would they have that? They're going to attempt to flank. We're going to attempt to flank. Cavalry are getting in there.
Running from the field. Hardly the act of a true Roman.
Turn that off. We don't need to get killed by our own rocks. Cavalry could use some help over there. Run them down, boys. Let's get them. Keep the pressure up.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee!
Just got to run down the last couple stragglers here. Oh, they ran him down. Oh, the war dogs took them out. And that's it.
It's a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms!
And say we only lost 7% of our men. They only got 85 of us. We got 1,004 of them. Biggest killer of the day today. Praetorian cavalry at 155. Not too bad. That second Senate army was terrible. They barely got anything.
Victory! Victory! Settlement captured!
Spain offers us an alliance. The enemy of mine enemy. Where is this? Oh, wow. I didn't even know there was ships in this.
Victory!
And just like that, the Senate is gone. Antioch grows. Bostra grows. And just like that, Rome has fallen. With Rome, we can actually train some of these troops. First, we've got to restore public order.
At this time, it would be a sound strategy to build a shrine to Juno in this settlement. This shrine grants loyalty and health.
Rome was much less of a fight than I thought it was going to be.
General! Engage the enemy! Victory! Imperator! Forward! Orders! March!
Yes, master. Spy. Your Honor, watch and waiting at your service. Watch and waiting.
Just as we thought, our Julii friends here are starting to come down south. We'll need to ensure that they don't breach the perimeter.
At your service.
Alright. Anything else we need to do in Rome here? I think otherwise we've gotten everything under wraps there.
Fleet ready!
Just caused some damage there, blockading their ports.
Ready to sail!
I think really what we need right now is some reinforcements in this general area, so let's move this
Aye, aye,
move
Captain.
these ships up here so they can
Move, sir.
deposit and retrain troops. Capua is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. That's going to be a siege. I'm surprised that the Roman Senate actually met us out in the field. I would have thought that they would have stood behind their giant walls and hid. And that would have been my suggestion for them anyway.
Assassin ready. Death approaches.
Let's see, my assassin that's been hiding out here. Nothing really good. Success there. Not really too much else out here that we want to deal with right now. We do want to
Imperator.
take care of this guy, though.
Enemy. My brave men, victory shall be ours by grace of my inspired leadership.
This guy's kind of full of himself.
I cannot risk myself in the front line. I must remain safe, guarded by you, my loyal warriors. This is not cowardice, oh no. It is prudence, the handmaiden of victory. Do not fear these rebel slaves.
Guy sounds like a wuss.
And will die as easily as cattle. They have been brought to the battlefield by muling infants instead of leaders. The count of our warriors is vastly greater than theirs, so unless we fight like old women or idiots, victory is certain. They will undoubtedly skulk in the woods and hope to ambush some of us. I have fought these men many times, and even now they must be praying to their false gods for mercy. They will have little enough of it from me. Be of good heart, for within the day, reinforcements will reach us. By this time tomorrow, our sword arms will ache from overuse! Do not await my order! General!
Clearly this army not nearly as sophisticated as the one that you just saw, but still a quality army nonetheless.
Gods be praised! The reinforcements are here! Send them to fight! Dishearten the enemy!
Deploy your weaker troops in one group and use them to lure away half the enemy army. Put them in loose formation and they will seem more numerous.
Problem is, these guys are hiding in the woods. You see a reinforcing army in the back there. There's their battle line. Now they retreat. Rebel general is down.
The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
So the guy who didn't want to get into battle, he's going to have to.
True virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
All right. Well, my reinforcements are just in time to help with the mop-up. That should clean up these rebels.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms!
Get back in position!
Ah, looks like our reinforcing army came just in time to kill 8 people. Let's see, best kill of the day, 89, Roman cavalry. Alright.
Victory! General, Imperator, leaving the army, forward!
We can return these troops back to Thessalonica. They can be retrained. Doubtful courage. Excellent. Alright, let's take a look at reinforcing some of our borders.
Prepare for battle!
This is going to be a tricky battle, even though I do have more men. Because unfortunately most of those men are town watch, not true legionnaires.
Those overly proud Romans over there are the Julia. They think they are our equals, our enemies. I think they are dead men. They have been whipped to the battlefield like cattle for slaughter. I have never yet lost a fight against these men. I have no intention of starting today. So together, we will gain another victory. Now then, look to your front. Mark your target when it comes!
Alright.
Unit, await my orders! Archers. General, war dog. Archers. Move out! Roman cavalry. Cavalry. Auxiliary.
Again, I don't want town watch to be on the front line, for sure.
Outflanking forces can be turned into pinning forces. If you commit a large outflanking force and hold back from attacking from the front, the enemy will be forced to turn and face you, presenting his flanks to what was your center.
It's going to be a long march up that hill, that's for sure. They're running away. It appears that my opponent has left the field of battle, or is attempting to.
Your victory.
Cowards ran away.
Victory! Orders. Forward.
Give me a +1 star for that. I think it just goes to show we need some true legionnaires up in the north. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. Still need that sap point before we attack.
Under siege, sir.
You want to... My daughter's 16 and you're 51? I don't think so. Coming of age. Let's see, do we need a governor anywhere? Not in particular.
Sir. March.
Public order is...
Alright. Continue retraining in Rome there.
At your service. Spying. Your Honor, watching and waiting.
Let's get some assassins going here. Start taking out some of our Julii enemies.
Orders. Attack! Victory! Engage the enemy.
Just wipe them out. The last of the Senate
Victory!
and their armies are now gone.
Onward! Out of move, sir. Ready to sail. Prepare for battle.
Sink their ships
Victory! Prepare to engage.
before they grow in number.
Victory!
Your Honor.
At once. Imperator.
Let's have him clear these guys off
Engage the
here.
enemy. Victory! Attack!
And just get rid of those rebels.
Victory! Not possible, sir. March! No more moves, sir.
Need to build a couple of ships for him. That way we can get him over to the mainland.
Imperator. March! Imperator. Ready to sail. Set sail. All ashore. Orders. March! General, onward!
Start retraining that army. Okay. We should have
Imperator.
built everything we need for the siege.
Settlement under siege, sir!
Let's go ahead and save, and then let the siege begin.
Prepare for battle!
This is going to be a little bit tougher than the last time we did this. This is a true siege, which means we're going to have to fight our way in, unlike the Senate, which met us on the open field, which was to our benefit. These Scipii appear to be a little bit smarter and hide behind their walls.
Brave warriors! I have won great renown through leading men to victory. I see no reason to change the habits of a lifetime today. Do not fear our enemies today. The Scipii are Romans, and they are just men, not gods. They can be killed. They have been lulled into a false sense of security by a few feet of defensive wall, as if that will protect them. We outnumber them by a small margin. From such small beginnings are great victories crafted. These people have never fought us before. Let us shock them so much that they never wish to fight us again. Now, set your minds on the task to come. Strike hard. Strike without mercy.
That is like the worst place to put a sap point.
Siege.
It is really the worst place to put a sap point.
Siege tower! Siege tower! Siege tower! Siege tower! Forward! Infantry! Units! Fire at will! Cavalry! Unit! Form up! Archer! Archer! Unit! Unit! Form up! Infantry! Unit! Form up!
Alright. We're going to start by attacking their gatehouses, followed by the towers, so that we can get our siege equipment up to the battlefield without any resistance, or at least as minimal as possible. This is going to take a little bit, so let's speed it up. Man, these towers, these walls are pretty tough. Well, we used up all of our onager ammo just to knock down the gateway. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have enough to also break down the towers. So, that being said, let's get our guys in motion here. Let's get that ram going. Once we can break in, we can bust in. Oh, Light Nico. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I do play Rocket League, but we're doing Rome this afternoon here. All right. All right, let's get our towers into position. Looks like they've already got archers up on the walls to shower me with hot burning embers. Hopefully nothing starts on fire. Start moving some infantry up. Huh. Twitch says I'm playing Rocket League. Huh. That's funny. Apparently it says Rocket League, but this is clearly Rome Total War. Apparently something got glitched out, so we'll have to fix that.
Praise the gods! The siege towers are at the walls! Now the real fight begins!
Alright. We've got men at the tower, which is good.
This is a step on the path to victory! The towers are at the walls!
Let's get our guys up there.
Our soldiers are at the gates! Now they must...
And these guys glitched out. Lovely. Oh, don't tell me all of them are glitching. Great. Let's get up there, guys. This kind of sucks. There we go.
The enemy gate is down! Our battering ram has done its work!
Yeah, I should be able to change it. I don't know why it shows Rocket League, but I'll definitely fix that. We don't want you guys hanging out down there. I want to get our guys up on the wall here. Get up on the wall, guys. We're going to need some help. Alright, there it goes. Party ball has dropped. We've got men on the walls.
Our soldiers have captured the walls! Now is the time to press on and capture this place!
Once we've secured all the towers, cavalry can advance and we'll begin attacking. Alright, here we go. Duke it out. Towers are both mine.
Unleash hell!
Let's start advancing. Actually, you know what? We're going to start moving right down the center.
Urban cohort, stop! Forward! Urban cohort!
Alright, let's get our guys on the walls and see if we can knock them off of them.
Urban cohort! Urban cohort! Destroy them!
Alright, everybody's marching? Excellent.
Quickly!
Looks like they still have archers firing on us. Let's take care of that.
Urban cohort! Unleash hell!
Alright, war dogs are in. And here come the cavalry. Let's go swarm them. Alright, let's get down off the walls if we don't need it. Alright, we should be able to take care of them. Let's get the cavalry going. see if we can wipe them out here. These guys are pretty stout in their defense, but they're just going to get swamped. Now they've broken. Just gotta wait for all my infantry to show up. And let's let the marching begin. All right. Infantry moves up into position here. Alright. We've got 22 in-game minutes here. Let's start marching on that town center. Oh, you like the haircut, thank you. Yeah. Got it a little off the top. It's getting a little warm here, so time to shave it back a little bit. Alright, those are the towers and the gateway that we captured earlier. Skippy, I still have some defenses in the middle there. Oh, looks like a flank. Oh, that's a rooftop. They tried a little flanking maneuver, but I don't think that's going to help them much. Not really happy about the general taking some casualties in there, but we'll get him out of there. All right. Let's get the cavalry running up. Question in terms of if this is the new or the old Rome Total War. This is the original Rome Total War, the one back in 2004 or 2005. So this is the original Rome Total War, not Rome 2 Total War, if that makes any sense. Take them out, boys. Let's pull the general out, and he's better in flanking. Now we got him surrounded. Yeah, the graphics in this game aren't too bad. If I zoom in, you can kind of see them. They're not quite up to snuff with what you'd see today, but still, I mean, for a 10-year-old game, it's pretty good.
The gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
All right. One guy to get.
All Rome will be amazed at such.
And there we go.
The day is ours!
Big killer of the day today. Urban cohort at 197. Excellent. Now apparently, as was pointed out to me, apparently Twitch feels that this is Rocket League and not Rome Total War. So let me see if I can fix that here. Give me 1 second. I don't know why. Let's see. There we go. Apparently I had left that on from the, oh, now it's going to do this. I hate it when this happens. That's why I saved before I minimized it. Now we'll bring it back. Sometimes with these old games, they don't like it when you switch windows. Just wait for it to come up here. If it decides to come back up. Oh. Please reinstall DirectX. Well, that's not good. Well, apparently Rome had its little crap out there. We'll see if we can get that to fix itself. Another question, do I have any other Total War games? Actually, I do. I do have, obviously, the Barbarian Invasion, and then the Alexander version of this game. I've also got the Empire Total War, and I do play that on rare occasion. Really liked Rome because that was my favorite growing up. And apparently Rome Total War failed to find DirectX 9, which is required for the game. Please reinstall DirectX. Well, that's not good. It was just working a few minutes ago, people. Apparently it does not like to cooperate. Let's back out of Steam and try this again here. Meantime, you can look at some of my desktop vacation photos there. Let's see if we can get Steam back up and running. It's never good when that happens. Okay, here we go. Or it's going to freak out again. Well, it looks like Rome is going to be having a little bit of a problem here. Doesn't like it when I switch out of that window. This seems to be killing my DirectX 9 failed. Well, that is definitely odd indeed. Can I play Empire Total War after Rome Total War? I suppose I could. That would be something that I could potentially play in the future here. Haven't played it in a while. You can see I've got it on here. Since apparently Rome Total War is bit the dust, I do have Empire Total War. I've played it a little bit, not much lately. That was one of my favorite games that I had when I was growing up, just didn't have the PC to run it. So, unfortunately, with Rome Total War not wanting to play nicely here, I think what I'm going to do is just take a look at it, see if I can fix it, and be back in a few moments. So we'll have a part 2 to this one as well. So if you give me just a moment, we will be back after this short technical difficulty issue. Unfortunately, with some of these older games, it tends to like that. So stay here just a few minutes. We'll be right back.